everybody, welcome back to another episode of Stuntmen React. We're here with two very special guests. We have Eric Linden, back once again, and none other than Taran Butler from Taran Tactical. Probably seen him in some behind the scenes with Keanu Reeves and John Wick.
Thanks for letting me come, I'm excited.
We're gonna talk about guns in movies today. It's gonna be really neat.
The shooting thing was never that good in most movies. They're holding the gun like a clown, cup and saucer. They're freaking out when they're shooting the gun. What is that?
So you've helped train a lot of performers, actors, stunt people, even directors, I would assume, in how to use firearms.
Started as a competition shooter, basically being the fastest with a handgun. But I wanted to go further, went into multi-gun, 3-gun competition, pistol, rifle, shotgun, did super good in that. And then one day, J.J. Perry and Chad Stahelski saw my videos, wanted to add a different level of action to the John Wick franchise for John Wick 2. Did that, a little video came out and it kind of changed everything. I was starting a company at the time, so it supersized that with what I do in shooting, and it's been really fun ever since. Got to work on the Punisher franchise with Eric and John Bernthal and a bunch of other fun movies, so it's been really fun.
Very cool.
The director, Chad, wanted to go next level with everything. Like I would do a match saber load. And that's what I used to win the Fort Benning Championship the last time I won it. And then also with the shotgun, we did quad loading.
What's quad loading?
The fastest way to load a shotgun in tactical division is to grab out 4 shells, throw them in the bottom like this. And that's what Keanu's doing in the catacombs in John Wick 2. There's really nothing faster than that with an 8-round tube-fed shotgun. And then in John Wick 4, we needed the ultimate shotgun. So Chad and I came up with the Genesis mag-fed shotgun that shoots Dragon's Breath. The Dragon's Breath was the idea by Chad. So 4 shots in 3 seconds versus 10 shots in 1.5 seconds. One take where he kills like 60 guys. He's actually loading before every 10 rounds are up. And then he wanted to up the pistol. So with that, you guys get to have these. I had to come up with the ultimate handgun for John Wick 4, and that's what I came up with.
Wow, very nice.
Which is the Pit Viper.
9mm Pit Viper. This Viper has ferocious fangs.
The gun has blades on the frame here, so if you take the slide off, it's a knife. At the top of the staircase, he runs out of his 6 mags, takes a slide off, tracheotomies a guy in the throat. It's a pretty fast scene, you kind of watch it slower. Every single thing on the gun has been fine-tuned to shoot faster, shoot softer, be more reliable, and hold more rounds. It already got 2 national titles under its belt before the movie came out. That's your guys' gun.
Really?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, King.
Sir, they're shelling civilians. What kind of men would do that?
They're not men, sir. They're Nazis.
I think we got their attention. You thinking what I'm thinking? Enemy aircraft! Inbound! Don't you see, fellas? We're all just boys. Clocks. Caught up in another man's war.
How about we talk about like iconic guns from movies that like everybody had to buy that gun?
This is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and will blow your head clean off.
That was the most powerful handgun in the world back then. What Clint Eastwood did great is he fakes recoil. He has the gun go up because he really shot guns. He knows how to shoot. If he didn't do that, the 44 mag would seem like it has no power.
Drop the gun, freak!
Then he does like a quick like hip shot, gets him in the arm here. You can kind of see the squib staged there a little bit in his shoulder. And then the gunshot sound is like the greatest of all time. It's so awesome. That movie got Arnold into acting, Schwarzenegger. There's a documentary about it, you know.
Dirty Harry, creating a whole new standard in action movies.
I saw the Dirty Harry, I wanted to be actor. So he finally became an actor, does this dumb movie called Something Heat. So watch, he purposely doesn't add any recoil to show he's stronger than Clint Eastwood. doesn't kick or nothing.
People often think that if it's a blank firing gun that it should have kick, but the kick comes from the opposite reaction of the bullet leaving the gun. And blank firing guns don't have bullets, so there's no mass pushing the gun back in the opposite direction.
Just what I needed as a college boy.
This, the next great one to me would be Lethal Weapon and Die Hard. The Baretta. Everybody, even I, wanted to get a Baretta. Mel Gibson came out years ago and like, who trained you for Lethal Weapon? He's like, I don't know, this cop handed me a Baretta. I started shooting. I go, well, that actually isn't too bad. At least you're not cup and saucer trash, you know? And it was cool because he came out and I got to do the smiley face for him, which he does in Lethal Weapon. So it was like, that was like kind of a bucket list thing.
Sweet.
And I like that in the movie because it was the high capacity Baretta versus the dumb revolver of Danny Glover. So, in movies, if someone is doing cup and saucer like this, they're a clown. If they're doing Weaver stance, which is this, they're stuck in like 1975, whatever.
What is Weaver stance?
Okay, there's a guy named Jack Weaver. His stance was locked, bent, blade yourself to the target. Some bullets will go past my fat belly. You know. And the problem with being bladed to the target is that if you're wearing body armor or whatever, you're exposing your side. And if you're not wearing body armor, a bullet laterally through you is way worse than a bullet straight on. There's on record people getting shot 6 times with .44 Magnum through some Magnum in the front and surviving. One guy on record with 33 rounds of 9mm surviving.
Wow.
But side shots, you lose both kidneys, both everything, a lot more meat for a hollow point to tear you out the side of your body, right? Also, you're limiting yourself on what you can point the gun at. So I could point all the way over here fine, but when I go here, I jam my side. If I'm doing a isosceles, I can get everywhere with the gun. I'm not standing. The thing that I know about Jack Weaver is that he was blown up in Korea, and there's a picture of him with his shirt off, his whole rib cage is gone, so he can't extend his arm. But at least he was the first guy to kind of go two-handed. I don't know why they're doing it. Nothing beats the isosceles stance. This is the best stance. You want to be high in the back, whatever gun you're holding. You don't want to have a gap here. Both thumbs pointing the same way as the barrel, and you got probably at least 70% of the torque on this left hand. The left hand tighter than the right hand on the gun.
To get back on target.
Yeah, so in movies, when you see a good stance like that you know that they know what they're doing. I got a chance to work with Pierce Brosnan, so I got to fix his stance, but he had cup and saucer in all of his Bond movies, like this. In a lot of movies, they cheat reloads. You just come back to a reload. So like the most talked about reload is probably Heat. Val Kilmer did a reload from beginning to end. And that was super awesome. And the thing about Michael Mann, he knows guns, he knows shooting. That's why the gun stuff is so good in all Michael Mann movies.
They were using full loads, and that's why they're getting that great like muzzle flare.
When you use full loads, the guns are way more reliable.
Yep.
When you go down to solid plugs, it's like pooping without a butthole. Okay? Because when you shoot the gun, there's no place for the crap to go. It goes back in the gun. So you're only good for a couple mags so the gun is shut down. It's puked out. So I had to build 6 Pit Vipers, have backups to backups, because the action is so close quarters, they can't risk having a real blank on there. One mistake takes place, they fire a blank into your face, they'll burn the guy really bad and hurt them.
I can't see! I can't see! Of course you can't fucking see! I just shot a blank in your fucking eyes!
But I was very lucky that something cool happened recently. They're making Heat 2, I don't know if you know that.
Yeah.
I know they came out with the book.
So Austin came out to get ready to audition for that. So coming up here, I mimicked the reload from Heat. Even though it's not like decided yet, I don't think, in real life, but I don't see them going with anybody else. If you want to see a really stupid reload, the movie Shooter.
Hit it with the napalm!
Oh, that's a good gag right there.
No,
Damn.
it's a really good movie. I'm just being a dick about some edit. Well, usually it's an edit screw over. It's not even the actor's fault.
I'm doing stuntman over here. I'm like, that is a lot of dudes on fire right there.
Here it comes.
Reloading.
That was it? That was the reload, huh?
It's like those video game guns where you hit the bottom like that. His reload is just to tap the bottom of the mag and it's reloaded.
Hey!
Probably one of the dumbest reloads is in the Bourne Identity. He loads before he falls with a guy, shoots him right between the eyes, falling past. Then reloads after firing one shot all over again.
He sure does.
Bitchin' movies, I'm not trying to be a dick, they're fun movies, but like the edits can just wreck you. If you put in the next Bourne Identity, the third one.
For them.
He's holding a SIG. It says SIG Sauer on the side of the gun. It's got a hammer. The next shot, it's a Glock 19.
Wow.
It is.
The gun changed.
Oh my God. I never would have noticed that.
Taran, can I show you a scene from a Korean film, an action film that has some pretty cool reloading, gun handling? It's called No Tears for the Dead.
This is actually really good. It's shredding that car. The bullets are going through the car, which it never happens in most movies.
The thin metal paneling on your door will not stop a bullet.
No, 9mm go right through both sides.
Just look at it going straight through. You know what actually is tactically correct right there is that guy is hiding behind the wheel well.
Yeah, no, that's cool. He's in the right spot.
And on the reload, let's go.
One of the rare times you get to see a real tactical reload.
No, it's cool.
And there you have it.
That was very cool. I like that shootout.
So, you got your realistic gun action, but then you have your crazy gun action. Is there any plausibility to this technique here at all?
It's just a movie. It's fun. Like if you're gonna do over the top, you might as well do it right. They did it right here,
I do love the auto reload from the sleeve.
It's just shredding, raging. He then runs and flips this rifle. So cool.
I like how he gets guys through the doors too.
Guy just shreds a billion freaking people now without a mark on his white outfit.
In this scene, I actually read that they wired up the guns with special effects, so when he pulled the trigger, it set off the squib timings, and they had both entrance and exit wounds on the guys, so that all the bullet hits, squibs, and everything happened at the exact same time. You never see that in films. Putting the time mechanically to make your squibs and your guns and basically your fireworks all work in a
perfectly timed,
synchronized way.
Right there. That's awesome.
Boom, boom. Dust flying everywhere.
That's so good. What guns is he using?
They're Berettas that are modified. The director, Kurt Wimmer, has the two fake ones where the things break out of the bottom. He turns them into hammers and whacks everybody.
In movies, like let's say Robocop, you have this crazy sci-fi gun, but this is before CGI, so it still needs to shoot blanks.
Yeah.
Are they using just a real gun, or how are they making this happen?
Back then, it was like armorers would take a real gun and put ground effects all over it, basically. That's a Baretta M93R. It's a beefed up Baretta. It's a fully auto Baretta. And they've got like an extended dust cover, a 3-port compensator on it. It's a real gun. It held it. It's at ISS. They're a prop house. A lot of famous movie guns.
Come on, you hate! You want to live forever?
Starship Troopers, that was actually a Mini 14 hidden underneath all this stuff. Mini 14 is like the cheap version of an AR-15. It's a piece of shit. So Ruger Mini 14 is just like a cheap ranch rifle turd. It's so small, it's easy to hide all this junk around it.
Look at that scope, dude.
What big monster scope. But the ones I really liked was in Aliens.
This is an M41A pulse rifle.
These are real as well?
Yeah, these are real. This is a Thompson, which is 45 ACP, and a Spaz 12, or else it might be an 870 hidden inside of it.
Fire in the hole!
This part's cut out of the movie. I hate that. The Centurion machine guns is a director's cut edition, which is super badass,
Yeah, look at those muzzle flashes.
Those are real blanks. Probably 50 caliber, Browning machine guns hidden underneath that.
Wow.
Okay, Greg, let's get the hell out of here.
Before we wrap up this episode, it might not be on theme, but I did want to talk about Roadhouse just a little bit.
Roadhouse.
So we did an episode of Visual Effects Artists React where we talked about the punches in Roadhouse. They used a really cool visual effects technique to sell the punches that nobody else has really done before. So you got to be part of that whole process. What was it like?
They would do this in the previs, splice all this stuff together using part of their fist, part of the punch, part of their face when it wrinkles from when it hits. And the results are stunning. Oddly enough, the guy who was doing this on a lot of the previs stuff did it better than the guys that did the movie.
That's how it goes sometimes, huh?
I like the first fight.
It's really good, right? But some of the other stuff, you can kind of see where they kind of bailed on it. And it would almost speed ramp or jump cut through something that wasn't shot in slow motion, and it would jump through it.
Did McGregor stay in this lunatic character off camera?
I will say that like what he portrays in like on Instagram and other, like, no, that is him.
Training McGregor for an action fight, is it easier than a regular actor or harder because he's a raging fighter?
We would give him, I'd say, like a 30 beat fight. Some people have a tough time remembering 8 beats. He would remember all of this stuff in one go.
Wow.
He would be like, it's this, then this, then that, then this, then that. And he was just like, incredible memory, super impressive. Also, I'm fighting him and I'm terrified.
We spotted you in this sequence, by the way.
For this shot, I'm on a wire. That fence is not there. And I have a white jerk vest on.
You're wearing a vest?
That's what. Now you know what I'm saying.
We're just going to somehow magically erase the vest and replace the people.
No clue how it looks that good. No idea.
Did you take some hard hits on this one?
Yeah.
What was your hardest hit?
When McGregor tackles me out of the bar.
Oh man. Oh. Are you landing on a pad?
No.
No, God. I'm still very impressed at your ability to take falls onto no pads.
He was about 200 pounds, and it's like he's made out of like adamantium or something. Because he is so incredibly dense and thick. So when he picked me up and threw me over the bar, it was like I was picking up my 4-year-old.
Oh,
it was like, if he gets his hands on you, you're going wherever he wants you to. There's no choice. I couldn't have stopped him. I guarantee that. But he tackles me out the doors of the bar and just drills me on the ground. I was like, The thing that was cool about this movie is you just had to be like a true stuntman because you were doing like wire work, fight stuff, there was car stuff, driving boats.
How long you been doing stunts?
I think it's year 18 now.
What was your favorite gig to get involved with?
I was super stoked to be the Punisher. And they were kind of keeping Bernthal in shadow. So it really worked that they could just keep me in there.
Now you just did another season of Daredevil as the Punisher, right?
Yeah.
Want to hear a little funny story?
Yeah.
We're going to use the actual Glock 34 from John Wick 2 for the Punisher.
Heck yeah.
They both have the same gun.
I love action films. I especially like gunfights in action films, and it's a genre I think can be done very poorly and is very frequently done poorly. But you've done a lot to make some really incredible, iconic scenes happen on film. You've contributed a lot to it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. And Eric, it's just good to have you here. Thank you for taking some really hard hits and some really sick action scenes for us.
Yeah.
And thanks to all you for watching. We'll see you guys next Saturday.